What a wild week of racing we had last week, and so many storylines coming from all the different events that have taken place over the past week. Well, a lot of those drivers who made headlines last week are in this race here today, and what a racetrack and what an event this is. We have not run a race on this track in over 7 years, but we return to the MegaSpeedway here in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, the Zen Joltis MegaSpeedway. We are here for another fictional racetrack, but oh my goodness, it's going to be a wild one here on this 4.92 mile speedway. It's going to be a crazy one for Herr Speedfest 4. It's 15 total laps split up in the 3 stages, and a very close championship battle here in the BodyArmor Pro Series for 2024. Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome to the Zen Joltis MegaSpeedway. They call it a MegaSpeedway because it's nearly 5 miles long. It is shaped like a square, and these guys go all over the place, every which way. And there's a very good chance we'll see a few big ones in this event as well. And it's been a long time since we've done a race here on the channel, but you know what? It's the Pro Series. We can do whatever the heck we want. I mean, Andrew Miller gave me a really odd suggestion just earlier this evening, and I'm not going to say it because, you know, we'll get to that once we get to that, but, hey, we're here one of the craziest places we could possibly be, the Zen Joltis MegaSpeedway, and the beauty of NR2003 is you can essentially do whatever the heck you want, and that's the beauty of this racetrack, and one of the craziest and wildest super speedways and racetracks that you can possibly have a race on in the game. Like I said, almost 5 miles in length here today. We've got 15 total laps split up in the 3 stages, and the reason why we do that is, I don't know why. You know, I've been asking that question for 7 years and I still don't have an answer for you. So we're going to have a fun one regardless, and here's how it's going to work out. Everyone who finishes on the lead lap at the end of the first 2 stages will go on to move to the next stage. If you fail to finish on the lead lap in a stage, you'll be eliminated from the race. The last stage is for the race win. Top 10 finishers receive championship points. So even though we have stages in this race, there aren't any eliminations or anything like that that will happen automatically unless you finish a lap down or more. So with all that in mind, I'm joined alongside Eddie Jabs for the call of tonight's event. And Eddie, I'm sure you watched the last time that we came here 7 years ago. The driver who won that race was Thomas Troxel, and guess what Thomas did on Saturday? He won his first ever Drivers' Championship on the channel, winning that Haas IndyCar Series Championship at Pocono. What kind of momentum do you think he has going into this race here today? Maybe give him this Herr Speedfest for 2 times in a row. I almost said 2 years in a row, but that's not really the case there.
Well, I mean, if you want any more momentum than anyone else, I would have to say when I was going through the garage earlier, he seemed the most calm out of any of the drivers out here today. I think a lot of them, some of them going into, like we know, Keys and Charette, going into a time race this week. A couple of other drivers with a shot to win this one, and then just everyone wanting to win what is, I mean, it's a mega speedway race where a lot of things can happen. One wrong move can really end your race. And with how close everything is, and with how important this racetrack seems to be, especially to get a name like the Herr Speedfest, I think a lot of people are looking to this as a signature win for this year, or even just a signature win for their career. So I have to say what momentum he carries is simply being cool, calm, and collected, or at least just having the pressure off of him for 15 laps here at New Mexico.
It's going to be interesting to see how it ends up playing out for Thomas, but we also got 23 other drivers in the field as well. We're going to go ahead and get these drivers to roll off here, then go over the points and give you the starting lineup here for Herr Speedfest 4. And as you see on your screen right there, it is a tight championship battle, much tighter than what we've got going on in the Wawa Cup Series, or especially the Herr Sprint Series for that matter, because the championship's already decided over there. The Christian Master 1 point ahead of Drew Webb and Nathan Stapleton. And then Blaine Keys and Trey Bartow tied 7 behind. Joe Rutkowski is 8 points behind. Thomas Troxel, who won the last time we came here at Zen Joltis, is 10 points behind. Nicholas Samadeo 13 behind. Derek Hamill 16 behind. And Jesse Turner 22 behind. 10 drivers with a mathematical opportunity at leaving this race the points leader. And with how crazy this place is, maybe not necessarily what Christian Master wants to see. He wants to hold on to this points lead, get his second win of the season. We'll have to see what he can do there, starting deep in the field. But it's Igor Barreto and Derek Hamill on the front row here for the Herr Speedfest 4. Travis Crampton and Brad Stover make up row number 2. Dylan Matthews, Jesse Turner make up row 3. We got Justin Zidell and Nathan Stapleton there in row number 4. Chase Harris and Herr Irvin Alonso in row 5. Drew Webb, Trey Bartow, they're in row 6. We got Blaine Keys, Ludovic Charette. You know, they just can't get away from each other, can they? Starting there, alongside each other. They're going to be going for the title on Sunday at the Darlington Raceway. 13 points separate the two. Of course, Blaine got the win on Friday night in the Valvoline 400. He's going for his 22nd career win on the channel. You have Logan Williams, or should I say Reggie Fogelman, alongside Logan Williams there. And Logan Williams, man, so close to that IndyCar Series championship and just couldn't quite get it there. I know he'd love to get one here today. Christian Master and Stuart Grattan. And oh boy, you told me something, Eddie, that I was not privy to before recording this race that I'm sure Stuart is very ecstatic about. Getting that win at Daytona in the Lenovo Pro Series. He wants another Pro Series win just in the other Pro Series. You got Nicholas Samadeo, Joe Rakowski, Caleb Rose, Thomas Troxel, and then Matt Tuck and Tanner Parton. So Eddie, 15 laps, 3 5-lap stages. How's it going to go down, and who's going to win Herr Speedfest 4?
One more lap, I try to do a bit more research so that curse doesn't strike, but in my mind, Mr. Reg needs one after what Fitzwater did in the Truck Series. He needs his get back. He needs to get back to 29. In my mind, he has to tie it, but here we go. Just as I say that.
Flag. Here we go at Zen Joltis. Already the green flag here in Herr Speedfest 4, and already Travis Crampton going to the inside for the race lead on Igor Barreto and Derek Hamill. There's a very good chance that early on in this race we could see a wreck. And realistic damage is on here tonight, and if you get taken out, that's going to do it for your race. They're scrambling all over the place, going down the backstretch, and already Justin Zidell getting in. Christian Masters around. He's getting into Matt Tuck, and Nicholas Samadeo just got caught up in the 48. I tell you, Eddie, you need to stop picking drivers. Oh my goodness, a massive wreck there right on the first corner. Ludovic Charette, Brad Stover caught up. Thomas Troxel, Christian Master, our points leader. Dylan Matthews, Derek Hamill. My, oh my. And you got Blaine Keys and Justin Zidell with damage, but if they can remain on the lead lap, they're going to stay in this race. But that's exactly what we were fearing here at Zen Joltis right at the start of this one, and a lot of drivers going to get caught up in that wreck right there.
Man, Blaine Keys. How about someone I didn't expect to get so squirrely out from the start? It looked like he was the one who moved around a lot, may have been the cause of the wreck. We might never know. But there were a couple.
Oh, and around again goes the 99. I think he got taken out by Tanner Parton right there.
Oh,
and of course, as you can tell, there are no cautions on here for this race tonight. So if they wreck, they wreck, and we just keep on going. Nathan Stapleton, I think he's coming down the pit lane. I imagine Blaine's going to come down. Ladovic's going to be out. Brad Stover, Derek Campbell, Thomas Troxel. Sam Adeo's going to be done. Christian Master as well. So not too many guys still in this thing. And how about Drew Webb in that 13? Looking to take the points lead. He's yet to win a race this season in the Pro Series. He's got an opportunity here tonight here at Zen Joltis to get one.
Especially right now because, again, Christian Master's caught up. Nathan Stapleton's caught up. Seem to have lost Blaine Keys twice now, and Trey Bartow doesn't look like he's anywhere up the top 5, and as I say that, Rakowski, 6th, goes underneath. It might be these two guys who are looking for a big points haul coming out of, well, just being in that hunt. They could be fighting for what's essentially the points lead tonight. But not if Stuart Grattan has anything to say about it. He survived the wreck, and I'm sure he wants 2 wins in 2 weeks. After how long it took for him to finally get one back, I'm sure he'd love something like that.
How many, how many days was it?
Harris.
You told me how many days it was since his last win in that.
2,254, because I'm... Oh, good Lord, Sam Adio doesn't do what I think he did.
I'm going to lap Sam Adio right there as he comes down the pit lane. 2,254 days in between what was the Pro Series at Coca-Cola in 2018 to the Lenovo Pro Series last Tuesday at Daytona. and he's looking to get 7 days in between his next win. And he's got a good opportunity, considering how few drivers are still left in this race. Rakowski getting the run on the outside lane right there. Crampton moving up. They are squirrely out here. Caleb Rose still in the middle of all this as well. You got Logan Williams. There's Alarvin Alonso. Chase Harris. Drew Webb. Agar Barretto. Justin still in this thing. Reggie Fogelman. So Tanner Parton's still in it. Barto's going to still be in it. He is still in the lead lap. Turner is still going to be in it, at least for now. Blaine Key's going to try to keep his car in it, and Matt Tuck as well. And I think that'll be it. Derek might still... No, he is still on the lead lap. Derek is still out there. Nathan might still be on the lead lap. So we're going to have a lot more drivers who are still going to be in contention for this thing. They're going to get new race cars for the next stage. And still have a shot at the race win. Out of the race is Ludovic Charette, 53 machine of Brad Stover, Dylan Matthews in the 81, Christian Master, and Nicholas Samadillo, who will finish last here in Herr's Speedfest 4. Great job, Eddie. Great job.
Thank you. The ultimate jinx continues to strike again, but, I mean, you want to know the ultimate bit of karma, how many of those top guys you just mentioned, like top 5 in the standings that are out, Chase Harris and Caleb Rose are with this main pack. They're 58 points back, tied for last. I think Caleb has a technicality for what's 23rd out of 24 racers, but with them being in it, you could certainly see them, spoiling someone's party like Webb or Rutkowski and taking that lead, because I don't see a lot of the other top 10 drivers up here. I don't see much of Jesse Turner. Troxel's out. Hamill's been hit, so that's just going to be an issue. And 54 there, Tanner Parton, he's kind of in the middle right now, so we'll have to see how him and, well, I just said Bartow, and there he is with a not that bad of a race car, so I'd imagine he'd stay on the lead lap, which means he's going to have a fighting chance at it, given what we've seen so far.
Well, that goes for guys like Derek Hamill and Nathan Stapleton. This is going to be close with Stapleton, because he's off the pace in that 97 machine. He's also 1 point behind Christian Master coming into this race. But, folks, I don't think he's going to remain on the lead lap. Here comes Rutkowski in the 47. These guys are going to have a lot more speed on this 97 machine. This could get a little dicey right here. Rutkowski, ooh, that was tight. Crampton almost getting into him right there, and Drew Webb's actually going to get held up. They're actually going to split Stapleton, and for the race lead, Williams was looking there on Rutkowski for the top position. Couldn't quite get it there. Agar Barretto looking to take third here. Of course, this is just going to determine the starting lineup for the second stage, and we'll see what massive wreck happens in that race, in that stage that gets these guys taken out. And Derek Hamill may also go a lap down, and that would take him out of the race as well. And Joe Rutkowski could not avoid him, and
Harris,
we got a little bit of mischievous action there. Fogelman's going to get taken out, and a hard hit for Chase Harris, and then Justin Zidell, and in the catch fence and going upside down. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is why the Wawa Cup Series doesn't come here, in case you didn't realize. We got a battle for the lead that is now between Caleb Rose and Travis Crampton. It's going to be interesting to see. I don't know if Chase can get back around, which he is not. He is out, and that may also take Justin Zidell out of the race as well. And Caleb Rose looking to take this race lead and lead him the green in stage number 2. Alonso is back here in the 39, looking to take this lead. You got Williams, you got Crampton on the outside. Let's see who wins stage 1. It looks like it's going to be close. It looks like it's going to be Travis Crampton. No.
0.00.
It's going to be Caleb Rose. Not an official finish, of course, because we're still at the stage. But Caleb Rose will lead him to the green flag in stage number 2. Tanner Parton, Matt Tuck, or should I say Trey Bart is still in this thing. Turner's going to still be in it. Troxel is, unfortunately, 2 laps down. Blaine is going to remain in the race, and so will Matt Tuck. We know that Derek is done, and that's going to be it. Only 16 drivers are going to remain going into stage number 2.
Well, I don't want to say that's what we expected, but, I mean, what else did we expect? Huge crash on lap 1, a lot of drivers just getting squirrely. Again, we expected that out of this racetrack, just causes a massive one, and then we get a car getting flipped. Chase Harris, you hate to see it for someone dead last looked like he really could have had a shot at the top 10 if it wasn't for that block that was laid down by Hamill. So, well, we've got 10 more laps, so let's see if they can hold it together for at least a couple more. Maybe we can get a close finish like we have all over this past couple of weeks.
I haven't had one of those in 8 years.
Oh
Darn,
my goodness.
Too bad that wasn't for the actual finish.
Oh
my
no.
goodness. That has not happened. It's happened to me. And now Caleb had this happen to him in one of the heat races for the Christmas Eve Showdown last year, which takes place at a similar type racetrack there at the M&M Super Speedway. And you know, once you know it, Caleb rose on Travis Crampton by absolutely nothing. I have not had a finish. I have not had that on the game in quite some time. And I take that back. We only are going to have 13 drivers left. That was like that Truck Series race we had on Thursday night at Daytona. I tell you what. But you know, we're all having fun here, and what a finish that was. And maybe we'll get that. Maybe we'll get that in the actual finish. That was just stage 1. We still got 2 more stages left. Let's go ahead and rack them up with the 13 drivers who are still left in this race for the second stage of Herr's Speedfest 4. And we have magically returned, and some of these guys have magically gotten fresh new race cars, like Jesse Turner, Blaine Keys, Matt Tuck, Trey Bartow, Tanner Parton, who were caught up in that accident. Only 8 drivers, realistically, not involved in anything. And right near the end of that stage, guys like Chase Harris, Justin Zidell, Reggie Fogelman getting taken out of contention to continue running in this race. So if you're still going here, you got a good shot at winning this race. Caleb Rose is the race leader, and he won that stage by absolutely nothing. A dead heat. And it's like I said, it's a shame that it wasn't for the actual finish of the race, because that would have been right up there with Nicholas Samadillo winning that Daytona 500 nearly 10 years ago, by the way. Last time that I have had that on my screen, as far as I can remember, was Caleb Hoffman winning an Elimination Series race at Auto Club in 2016. But nonetheless, Caleb Rose, Travis Crampton, Logan Williams, Herr, Larvin Alonso, Drew Webb, Joe Rakowski, Stuart Bradniger, Bretto, Tanner Parton, Trey Bartow, Jesse Turner, Blaine Keys, and Matt Tuck. 13 drivers left in the field with 10 laps to go here at Zen Joltis. Will they get around the turn 2 again? That was where the big wreck happened in the first stage. They get a little squirrely right here. That is for certain.
Drew Webb. Again, I've already said it. He knows he can get a big points one out of this one, so it's obvious making that move down to the inside line was simply for more points. Crampton's out to a huge start, by the way, on the outside. He is, I mean, exactly where you want to be, out in front with no one around you, especially at this racetrack where you can get up to 4 wide, which is what we're seeing right now. Not quite up to 5 wide, but both your Herr's cars still in it. Or Herr's and Valvoline, I should say.
Both the old Otter Island cars, at least.
At least.
That's what it was back in the day.
Everything looking mostly good. Igor got shuffled out of line, but he's back down to the inside, so again, you could run every lane you really wanted to here at Zen Joltis. All that matters is that you get a good one at the very end. But yeah, pretty tame first lap compared to what happened last time. But
you know, it helps that we only have 13 cars on the track and not 24. The fewer cars we have on the track, the better they can race, the better they can maneuver around and avoid each other. It's not to say they will completely avoid each other as this thing goes along. I mean, look at the way these guys are shuffling, and they're changing lanes mid-corner. Rutkowski trying to get a run on the outside of Crampton here for the race lead. But once they get single file out here, Zen Joltis is actually very difficult to pass. And look at Caleb Rose just darting down to the inside. It's been a while. It's been since the Michigan 100 at Michigan last year since he's gone the victory lane as a driver. Travis Crampton won at Michigan in the Wall Wall Cup Series a couple of weeks ago in that Culver's 400. He'd love to get another one. Joe Rakowski has actually won this season in the Pro Series. Got that one at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. This is kind of just like a mega version of the Rockingham Motor Speedway. Both rectangular-shaped, square-shaped tracks. This guy's kind of getting in line now. Definitely a much calmer second stage right here, but this is going to determine the starting order for the third and final stage, which is also 5 laps, of course, and going for the win and the points here in the Pro Series. As we got Grattan, you know he wants to get his second win in a week. Been 6 years since his last one. He'd love to get 2 in 1 week. How about that if he could pull that off?
Tanner Parton getting a little squirrely. I think Drew Webb made that big inside move because it looked like he was about to get, pushed down and get hooked again. I think this is what happens to us. Matt Tuck makes a crazy move to the outside. I think what we're seeing is a bunch of drivers realizing how much space they now have and deciding to use it wisely in terms of just trying to figure out which lanes might work. I think a couple of them might just be trying to see what might work for the final lap or the final couple of laps. And again, calm, cool, and collected. I think what San Medeo might have been, but he didn't get to last very long. And I think it's just coming down to, well, figuring things out. I think just some of them are riding on this racetrack for the first time. Some of them are back doing the old Herr Speedfest, so it has been a while. They're probably just testing things after a wild first lap and just saying, you know what, I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to try not to do anything drastic with anyone around me. Just try and test what might work. Especially since a couple of them getting spread out a little bit. But Travis Crampton, he won at Michigan, so shock about, having another calm, cool, and collected head. I didn't mention him right next to San Medeo, but he's probably just happy right now, and given how his car is driving, you could probably peg him as the favorite if he can survive the next couple of laps, but he's still got Joe Rutkowski and Drew Webb, two guys who probably just would want wins to get the points lead right behind him. And yeah, we're just going to have to go from there. 2 laps now, and seems like they're pretty chill. Probably will stay chill for the rest of this stage, I believe, until, well, maybe someone might make a crazy move. We'll have to see.
Well, Trey Barto, it's funny you mentioned both Rutkowski and Drew Webb in terms of this championship. Barto is 5th in points coming into this thing, and actually ahead of Joe Rutkowski in the points. And with a win, Barto would, in fact, take the points lead regardless of who finished second. So, because Christian Master, obviously already out of the race, cannot finish second. So, Master, being out of this race, is going to give way to a new points leader, no doubt about it, because you still have Drew, you still have Rutkowski, you still have Barto, you still have Blaine Keys in this race, which, speak of the devil right there, I tell you what, you can't get rid of him. Got that win in the Valvoline 400 by 6 1/1000ths of a second ahead of LJ Semedo on Friday night. Currently leads the Wawa Cup Series points by 13 ahead of Ludovic Charette. And you know what? Why not go for it here today as well? Of course, Darlington, a much different animal than this place. Of course, the rest of the races this week going to be at the famed Darlington Raceway. Starting with the Lenovo Pro Series on Wednesday night. Elimination Series on Thursday. Sprint Series on Friday. Truck Series on Saturday. And then the Cup Series with its big finale September 1st on Sunday. The Meliello Southern 500. Not only the championship on line, but a big race to win as well if you can pull it off. Grattan going for 3rd here on Drew Webb, and Logan's going there on Blaine Keys. And Logan Williams won the Southern 500 last year, so watch out for him this weekend. How about Jesse Turner here? And Turner is yet another guy who mathematically can take the points lead at the end of this race. If he wins it, he's going to pass Christian Master in the points. But at this point, Travis Crampton has a great car, looking to get the pole position for the second stage, or third and final stage, I should say. We'll have to see if he can get this stage 2 win.
Coming down to it, doesn't look like, again, Joe Rutkowski might make a move here, but he's going to need a big run. But he's got Grattan, and there goes Grattan. Well, but they pulled back into line, so I think these are going to be our top 4. As, well, I keep trying to say things that I think I'm going to predict, and then, well, it's Zen Joltis, so you can imagine they immediately go out the window. But yeah, it looks like Grattan and Turner want to make moves, but getting around Rutkowski itself seems to be a problem, and I think Crampton's just going to be able to hold it in for the rest of the line, unless...
He's got it.
Nope, Rutkowski's
not as close this time around. Travis Crampton wins stage 2 here in Herr Speedfest 4. A much calmer stage, no doubt about it. Rutkowski will restart second. That was the place Crampton started in this stage. Then it's Grattan, Turner, Williams, Webb, Keys, and then Barto, Caleb Rose, Igar Brito, Matt Tuck, and Tanner Parton. Then here's Alonso in 13th. Same thing that happened on Friday night in the Valvoline 400. These guys losing the draft. It's kind of interesting. how that has occurred in some of these super speedway races as of late. No need to go over the fastest laps because all 13 of these drivers will remain and run in stage number 3. All right. I'm going to ask you right now, Eddie, who do you think is going to get it done now that that's your starting lineup for 5 laps here at Zen Joltis? Who's going to get it in Herr Speedfest?
Do I really want to curse someone again?
Maybe not. We'll save that. We'll save that question for later. Who do you want to curse? Who do you want to curse here?
I don't want to curse it, but I'll go with someone who can't lap for the big miracles. So maybe I can reverse jinx someone. Why not go with Matt Tuck? So like a good win for him, given what's happened recently in the chase and just some of how he kind of fell away at the end. But I mean, getting a win here certainly be something to boost your resume. You can say I won a Herr Speedfest. Thomas Cross would say that. Let's do it.
We'll have to see. Matt Tuck could win the Herr Speedfest in the Herr's car. We'll see if he can do it.
Now that would be perfect product placement.
That would be.
We got to see what happens.
That would be. All right. Let's go ahead and get the stage 3. A win in hand here at Zen Joltis in the BodyArmor Pro Series. It's going to get wild here for this final stage. All right. Here we go. For the final stage here tonight at Zen Joltis MegaSpeedway in Herr's Speedfest 4. And we're excited to see who gets this race victory. And Eddie's excited to see if we get another wreck. I know you want to see something go down here in this one. Why not? We've had enough craziness tonight. Let's get some more going on here. Travis Crampton, Joe Rutkowski, Stuart Gratton, Jesse Turner, Logan Williams, Drew Webb, Blaine Keys, Trey Bartow, Caleb Rose, Igor Barreto, Tanner Parton, Matt Tuck, and then here's Alarv Alonso. Only the top 10 finishers receive championship points, so not everyone's going to get points here in this stage. But it's the last stage. It's 5 laps for the win here at Zen Joltis. How do you think it's all going to go down here?
Honestly, I kind of hope for our crashes to see if, which drivers are cool, calm and collected, and which drivers might deviate from the plans they seem to have set in stage 2. So, just inject a little bit of chaos, see what happens. We've already seen enough of it, so we might as well just let it be. But, I mean, I'm hoping for some really good racing down to this last 5 laps. We've got 13 drivers. A lot of guys might have figured everything out. A lot of drivers might not have, so here we go.
Here we go indeed. Green flag is out. This is going to be it. It's 5 laps to the finish and a win at the biggest speedway on the channel. Here we go for Crampton. Gratton is not wasting any time. Already going 3 wide. Turner trying to make it 4 wide for the race lead here. And after what we saw in that second stage, you want to get the race lead as soon as you can and control this race. And that is what Stuart Gratton is trying to do there with the jump on Travis Crampton here on lap 1.
Ooh, but he went a little bit high. Seems like not a lot of people going with him. That might help Logan Williams. Very soon.
Yep.
Maybe push the lead. He's going to get it. Although Drew Webb, oh boy, Drew Webb and Trey Bartow nearly got into it. That would have been one of those, blood feud type ignitions. But yeah, Blaine Keys, Logan Williams out for the lead. Tanner Parton now in the middle of it all. I don't know. Seems like they're forming at least 3-ish lanes. Although, again, you have guys like 39. Well, here's Alonso completely breaking it, making it 4 wide. But yeah, Logan managed to sneak by some of the front leaders, and yeah, he's got a good gap out of car length. Although, I said Matt Tuck, and here he comes. So yeah, I don't know what else to say besides, I mean, here we go is pretty much just a statement. I'm gonna have to keep repeating the rest of it because there's no telling what might happen until the very last lap in the very last corner. Williams is going to hold off Parton, hold off Turner. Everyone's just going to try not to lose the draft, although Turner might just want to create his own. With that move down inside. Does he get it? No.
Jesse's got a good shot here. And hey, Caleb, he won that first stage by absolutely nothing on Travis Crampton. He wants to get back up there and have a shot at this race win. But Logan Williams is now in control of this race here. And Logan comes into this race 14th in the championship standings, 35 behind Master. But Jesse Turner looking to take control of this race. And, there's another driver who's up there in the wins list who a little bit of ways now behind Fitzwater and Sambidio. looking for his 26th career win. That is Jesse Turner in the number 82 for this race. But he's not going to have a good line into the corner. Caleb Rose, oh, he was able to block. He was able to block, and Williams going to slip back. Drew Webb in the middle, pushing Igor Barreto right here. A lot more shuffling up front than what we saw in that last stage. Caleb Rose trying to get it here on Igor Barreto for second, so he has a shot on Turner. Grattan trying to get back up there after he took the race lead initially. And you got Barto on Alonso. Barto knows he has a shot at the championship lead. Right now, Drew Webb is in the best position to take the championship lead as they currently run, but Jesse's going to be up there as well as they currently run, as he's currently the race leader. 3 wide behind Jesse Turner. He's not going to be able to block them all. Drew Webb's got a shot to the inside, and we're going to have a swap for the race lead here in the turn 1. Drew Webb's got a nose there on Turner, as we're about halfway here for this final stage in Herr Speedfest.
You want to talk about some drivers holding an animosity? Looks like Crampton and Fogelman got immediately shuffled out of line and are now having to fight their way back. Well, I said fight their way back, and here's Crampton right there, but Fogelman's out of it. Crampton and Keys look like they're about to get knocked out of the draft as Rose puts the... I'll tell you what, this has been a reoccurring thing with people just putting on the most insane blocks just to hold the line and maybe get a push to the front, but Crampton is doing everything he can to get that inside lane to work. He's got Keys, he's got Tuck now,
oh boy,
and they're going to go
he's got 4 wide for the race lead. Here it's Zen Joltis. Turner actually cleared those 2 middle lanes, and he's going to try to hold the outside, but how about Travis Crampton? He went to the back of the field there, and now he has taken the lead back away from Caleb Rose. Look, it's anyone's guess on who might win. We got 5 wide here as Drew Webb shuffles out of line. Williams and Parton almost getting into each other. And Matt Tuck on the inside lane as well. And it's Blaine Keys pushing Travis Crampton. It's Blaine Keys going for the race lead here at Zen Joltis. Oh, brother, they're all over the place. Crampton out front, trying to squeeze down and hold that inside. He's got it on Blaine for now. Oh boy, it's going to be a close one to the finish, and anyone can get it done here.
If you're talking about a driver who I think a couple people wouldn't want to see win, I'd say Blaine Keys, because, you know, he's fighting with Thomas Troxel right now for most wins this year. I'm sure gaining another one after Valvoline would be a certain way to cement your legacy for this season and for the year in the end, but there's Stuart Grattan. It's anyone and everyone. It might, I can't tell if the bottom lane really works. It might just come down to who can figure it out, but just the youth.
Oh, he's going to try. There he goes. Stuart Grattan to the inside for the race lead.
And he's going to need some help in Keys, though.
Yeah,
Toretto's not giving him any help.
Inside's where he wanted to be through these corners. The shortest way around the track is exactly
Barreto wasn't
what
listening
works.
to you. He goes up and 3 wide, and oh man,
Crampton almost got into Barreto. Grattan's going to clear every lane to block Barreto, and that's going to open the door for Blaine Keys. And don't look now, here comes Trey Barto in the 75, but Webb's going to cut in front of him. And here we go, we're coming to the white flag here in Herr Speedfest in the BodyArmor Pro Series, and this has been the most entertaining stage so far. Here we go, they're 4 wide for the lead with 1 to go here at Zen Joltis, and Trey Barto goes all the way down and takes it away from Drew Webb. They're almost gonna get in the wall there. Grattan is in the wall. Parton almost got him to Turner and Rose off the corner, and Tanner Parton now moving to the inside. Matt Tuck is here as well. Alonso and Matt Tuck is going to go 4 wide for the race lead here.
I could say I could finally call it, but Tanner Parton.
Oh, they're going to be tight off the corner, and they're going to get into each other. Tuck in the wall with Barto. The race leaders wreck. Alonso takes the lead. Here comes Rutkowski in the 47. As they were battling for the race lead, they wrecked each other out. And Herr and Alonso looking to the inside of Logan Williams. But Williams has help from Igor Barreto on the outside lane. And Williams is going to try to clear on the outside. And Williams is going to be able to clear on the outside lane. Willie cut down on Alonso here. Only 1 more corner left. Barreto's going for the race lead. Here comes Igor Barreto to the inside of Logan Williams. It's going to bring Crampton and Alonso right into this battle here. Will Crampton be able to get to the back bumper of Williams? Will he have another side-by-side battle? No, Barreto clears for the race lead. And Igor Barreto is going to win Herr Speedfest 4.
Another owner win after, what, almost a year of him not
It's
having a win?
late October last year at IRP in the Truck Series for Igor Barreto. He is once again a driver winner here on the channel. And what a win that was. Getting around Logan Williams. Bartow, Drew Webb, and Matt Tuck out of the race. Drew Webb had a shot at taking the points lead, and he's not even going to get any points here today. My, oh my. I think Joe Redkowski came in this race 8 points behind. Blaine Keys was 6. I think, guess what? Blaine Keys is going to be a new points leader.
Boy.
He is going to barely be your new points leader, but he will be your new points leader going into Watkins Glen a couple weeks from now.
Well, if you can't get the win, I guess be the biggest winner in terms of points lead, and I'm sure Blaine would love to hear that, or he's hearing that over the radio right now. If he gets in the garage, he'll know, but man, I mean, again, what I say about being cool, calm, and collected, a couple people got to the front, couldn't hold it down, and took them and ended up taking them out of the race, including Matt Tuck. We won't talk about that ever again. But Igor Barreto holds his own and manages to get around what was Herr and Logan for the win. So very impressive night. I see we have Stuart Gratton getting the pole. Went from pole to win last time.
That's good. You know, think about Watkins Glen, the outside pole is where you want to be, and Drew Webb has that one. So Drew Webb's really going to be at the advantage going into Watkins Glen, even though he's going to leave this race without any points. Igor Barreto with the third quickest time. Remember, Igor Barreto actually started on the pole for the entire event here tonight, and he's going to manage to get the race win. Travis Crampton, Caleb Rose, going to be up there to start at Watkins Glen. There's the rest of it right there. And then those who did not advance on from that first stage will start in the order of the fastest lap from that one. We showed that earlier. How about that? What on earth was that? I feel bad for Tuck and Bartow, Drew Webb, who got into each other, wrecked on the last lap, battling for the win. And it's Igor Barreto who gets around Logan Williams to take the win away here in Herr Speedfest 4. What a race that was. And I think you can say now, Eddie, that Zen Joltis cooked in the chat. I think you can say that.
Yes, we can. Hey, if I had a nickel for every time a long-time Cup Series owner went from pole to first in a crazy super speedway, at least this week I'd have 2 nickels. Isn't a lot, but, you know, it's weird it happened twice. But man, I think we got what we wanted. I think we got another series shuffler. And going into Watkins Glen, I think we're going to see a couple of drivers who are realistically looking for, again, the points lead. They might have gotten away from a couple of guys there due to the accidents, but I feel like we're still going to have a great end of this Pro Series no matter what, especially if Watkins Glen ends up being a bit as chaotic as the rest of these races have been. But yeah, Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, thanks for having us, because you created another perfect storm for us to call over.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun here at Zen Joltis. Wow, and that's why we came back here, you know. That was some crazy stuff, and Igor Barreto, that's a fun win to get. If you win a race like this, that feels good when you win a race like that, and Igor just got it right there in that 71, and another race win for him, and he's going to move up in the points. He came in this race 11th in the standings, only 30 behind, and he's going to be right up there going into Watkins Glen as well. He can actually have a shot at this championship in the Pro Series. It's going to be a tight battle. Now, Watkins Glen, we got Oregon, we got Doubledega, so 2 races at Talladega, and then the finale at Atlanta. So, you know, we got real racetracks now from here on out. Oregon is fictional speedway, but it is, of course, a realistic type racetrack. This place, obviously not. Well, I say that, you know, you got all those, like, testing tracks that they got in Michigan and California where it's just, like, this big, you know, 10-mile oval where they test their cars. You know, we never have a real race there, but that's kind of what we had here, what we got here at Zen Joltis. But, hey, regardless of the fact, Igor Barreto gets the win here in Herr Speedfest 4. And we're just setting up for what will be a great week of racing on the channel. at the Darlington Raceway. Like I said earlier, Lenovo Pro Series on Wednesday, Herr's Elimination Series on Thursday, Herr's Sprint Series on Friday, though championships already decided over there. That's just for the race win and the owner's title. Truck Series on Saturday, and then we've got ourselves the Mellow Yellow Southern 500, the finale of the 2024 Wawa Cup Series on Sunday, September 1st at noon Eastern Time, right here on AG the channel, to determine the Wawa Cup Series championship between Blaine Keys and Ladovic Charette. Well, Eddie, thank you so much for joining me here tonight, and we will see you guys on Thursday. That's next time you'll hear me for the Elimination Series from Darlington. And hey, Eddie, I know you're looking forward to that one as well. That's going to be fun over there. We got a great week of racing, that's all I gotta say. So congratulations to Edgar Brett on his race victory here tonight in Herr's Speedfest 4 at Zen Joltis. Huge thanks to Eddie Debs for calling along with me here tonight, and here are the points for the BodyArmor Pro Series after 10 races. I will see you guys later.